Hello everyone, my name is Michael SK and welcome back to Fate Stay Night Remastered. You guys remember how the school was sort of getting entrapped ever since the prologue? Well, it's now going down. People have collapsed, and here we are. Haven't collapsed yet, but everything is very red in here. And the person behind all of this, or the master that has orchestrated all of this, is Shinji. Which isn't really surprising, honestly. Like, it was very suspicious whenever we found out that he was a master when we were looking around for the key points. So here we are, I guess coming across 3 shadows, and I totally forgot about this choice, so I'm kind of kicking myself in the ass here for having stopped the previous recording session at yet another crossroads. So I really don't know what to choose here. It's really hard to, come to some sort of conclusion on how best to approach this, because we don't know what these shadows are. Well, we really don't know what we can and can't do. So we'll go with the first choice and see what happens. No, I can't stop, not now. No matter how strong it may be. If it doesn't hit me, it won't matter. Honestly, that is true. The 3 blades come at me with a blast, or like a blast of wind. This attack is nothing compared to Saber's. I pass through the gaps between the 3 overlapping shadows. I don't feel any danger from the shadows. There's no problem then. Saber taught me that I shouldn't hesitate as long as I don't sense that the attack will be fatal. Shinji! I close in on him. He has no shadows protecting him. Just a few more steps, maybe 3 more meters, and I can... Shinji turns and runs. The moment I reach out to grab his back... Ayo? I feel a chill run through my entire body, and I quickly jerk my arm back. Something cuts through the air. A black blade slices through the space that I had been occupying just an instant before. I stop. I don't know where she came from, but standing in front of me now, yep, it's the scary woman. I see the woman dressed in ominous black, so dark even the most venomous shade of crimson seems to pale in comparison. I mean, it's also not surprising that she would even be here. This is probably her power at work. My mind goes blank with fear. I'm gonna die. I don't want to think about it, but the image of my own brutal death fills my head. I sense it. I sense only death. The shadows earlier were nothing like this. Ryder's form blurs. I need to... Oh man, we've got another choice. Ah shit. I'll defeat it before I get defeated. This isn't going to be a battle. Well, shoot. The thing is that we've seen a bit of what Ryder can do, kinda. So... I don't think it's the first choice. No. I think we need to be a little bit more on the smart side here. I retreat immediately. This isn't a good time to fight. I need to regroup and make Shinji stop the bounded field. And we're dead, aren't we? I'm not sure what happened, but I retreat desperately. Fear makes everything in front of me appear completely white. I don't even know what I'm so terrified of. Without thinking, I throw an arm out to cover my neck. Something sharp buries itself in my arm. The dull sound of scraping bone tells me the next attack will end me. I run. I can't afford to look back. I just cover my vital spots with my hands as best as I can in my frantic retreat. I guess this is proof that, in a case where, yeah, you're most likely going to die regardless of the choice, better go out swinging. Because, yeah, we're dying here. The sharp edge slowly saws through my body with a horrible jarring sound. A spray of my own blood blots out my vision. Meanwhile... Hey, yo. Ryder is rushing toward me so quickly that I can't even see her, so that's her weapon here. I think this is the first time we're seeing it. With each cut, I hear sounds I can't even recognize coming from my own mouth. But I continue my desperate retreat, somehow surviving the dozens of fatal blows striking at me. There's no way that was the right choice, by the way. There's no way. I don't know what I'm doing. Ryder's dagger is buried in my arm. My clothes are tattered and torn, and my flesh is brutally shredded. But I'm still able to shield myself with my own body, blocking the attacks aimed at my neck and head. This isn't a conscious thing at all anymore. Pure instinct drives my reactions as I desperately try to survive Ryder's attacks. My breathing is labored. I'm only running away, rushed along by the imminent death looming over me. Eventually, whatever strength I have left will fade, and she'll catch up to me. Then I'm dead. And that's what Saber had been trying to tell me. Don't fight against a servant. Fight wouldn't even be the right word for it. She told me again and again, so why the hell am I in this position now? All I want to do is catch Shinji as fast as possible and make him shut off this goddamn bounded field. So what the hell am I doing? Shinji is elated, his voice triumphant. Ryder nods and swings her dagger up in a wide arc. Well, goodbye, world. She's striking at my head. I can't dodge. All I can really do is try to prevent her from hitting anything vital. The dagger stabs into my shoulder, right below the collarbone. I hear a high-pitched metallic sound, then the click of a tongue. What? The end of Ryder's dagger is starting to disintegrate. Ryder stops. What the fuck? In that instant, I frantically try to come up with a way to leverage this sudden opportunity. Hey, what do you mean by that? Something strikes me with all the force of a sledgehammer and I go flying out the window. What happened? It had only been a kick to the stomach, but I go flying, shattering the window. We're on the 3rd floor. Left alone, I'll die of blood loss anyway, so a fall from this height will be enough to finish me off. I mean, an ordinary human would be dead on the spot from a blow strong enough to send them flying like this anyway. I reach out. Maybe I'm not falling yet. Or maybe I'm just hallucinating right before I die. But my body is still suspended in midair. I reach out, desperately grasping for something, anything. The sky is crimson. The school is pulsating like a creature's stomach. And am I just gonna die? Let something like this happen? Let this happen? Am I going to let myself die without saving so much as a single person? I grit my teeth furiously. I can't win. This is not even a battle. I knew that going in, but I still screwed it up. There's no more pain. All I feel is my sheer rage making my insides unravel. I thought I could do it alone. And this is what I get for saying I won't let Saber fight. Hey, at least you're learning. A little too late, but whatever. I was an idiot. I can't save anyone on my own. If I really wanted to end this war, there was one thing I should have done right from the start. He asked me whether I was really not going to fight, not kill, and let anyone kill. Or not let anyone kill, yeah. If I realized my mistake, I should first decide what to fix, then decide who to punish. And then I see it. There on my arm, still reaching up as if to touch the heavens. My command spells, waiting for an order. Wow. We can actually we can use a command spell here. I mean, the war is going on. You know, better use it than not ever use it, because I've played enough JRPGs where it's like, all right, I need all the items. You never know when you're going to need it. And then I end the game having so many of the items because I just held on to them for way too long. This, however, is a life or death situation. Let's summon Saber. I murmur those words like a prayer. My life doesn't matter anymore. But to put a stop to this savage brutality... I muster up all my strength and call for my blade. One of my command spell strokes disappears. At that very moment, the space around me begins to waver. God damn. So this is magic. Saber, clad in her silver armor, bursts through the ripples in space in time to appear before me. My back slams into the ground. I stop breathing. The force of impact jars every bone and organ in my body. Several ribs crack, or probably break outright. Probably the latter there, honestly. And yet, my body is intact. My bloody arms are still intact, or attached.
Shirou.
Saber runs to me. Forcing my numb limbs to move, I push to my feet to show her that I'm all right.
説明している暇はない。状況はわかるな、セイバー。
待ってください、シロ。それはわかりますが、その前にあなたの体を。
ライダーを頼む。あいつはお前でしか倒せない。
いけません。シロの治療が先です。このままではあなたが死ぬ。
それは違う。先にやるべきことがあるだろう。
We need to beat Shinji and Ryder as quickly as possible. Nothing is more important.
ですが、それでは。
Saber is focused only on me. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't happy about that. But there's no time to argue. If Saber doesn't want to listen, I just need to use my second command spell. I don't think that's a good idea. She must have understood my resolve. Saber reluctantly accepts my decision.
わかりました。マスター、指示を。
ライダーを倒せ。俺はシンジを叩く。
I don't know how we will be handling anybody, but alright. Saber does not hesitate. She nods and without another word turns toward the school building like a whirlwind. I run up the stairs. I don't even know how the fuck we're moving, honestly. Ryder and Shinji are on the third floor. I can tell Shinji is still on the third floor because of the way my command spells are reacting. The moment I set foot on the third floor, sparks fly. I couldn't see, but Saber must have parried Ryder's attempt at a sneak attack from above.
シロ、ライダーはここで倒します。あなたはライダーのマスターを。
That is the plan, I guess. She doesn't need to tell me. Saber can't possibly lose to Ryder. She won't. I'm absolutely sure after what little I was able to learn of Ryder's abilities during my brief fight with her. Saber's abilities vastly exceed Ryder's.
任せた。だが深追いはするな。シンジを止めればそれで終わる。
I run right past Saber. In that same instant, Ryder flings a dagger at me with murderous intent, but Saber rushes in to deflect the attack. I run down the hallway. What up, pussy? Ahead, I see a bewildered Shinji.
さすがに手ぶらじゃ不利か。
I need a weapon. It should be long, like the mop leaning against the locker there.
トレース本。
I pass magical energy through my body as I run. Maybe I'm not distracted, or maybe I just can't afford to think of anything else. I managed to strengthen the plastic mop as effortlessly as breathing. Excuse me there. The shadows begin forming again. I'm badly injured, but I don't feel the least bit sluggish. More than that, I have a weapon now. That means I don't even need to dodge. I use the mop to smack aside each shadow as it flies toward me. The mop breaks, but I expected as much from something done so hastily. Besides, I don't need it anymore, I'm so close.
Shinji!
Now we get to use our most powerful weapon, fist. I lash out with a furious punch. See? Told you. The impact jars my arm, which is still practically cut to ribbons, so painfully that I nearly pass out. I punch Shinji in the stomach and then grab him and shove him against the wall. Shinji tries to shove my hand away. Without missing a beat, I kick his grasping arm. I can't even control myself right now. I slam the arm I kicked against the wall and break it? Oh my god! You know, a part of me wants to say that he doesn't deserve that, but he is trying to kill everybody in the school right now. I don't even hear Shinji's screams. This is bad. If I don't focus, it might be me who faints. I should hurry while I can still move. I grab Shinji's hair and smash him against the wall. The person beating you up? I grab Shinji by the throat with the arm I can still control. Blood pours from my arm. It seeps through my clothes and it drips onto Shinji's body, staining him. Oh my god. Damn. This is a whole new person. This is not the Shirou we know. I squeeze. It must be all the magical energy coursing through my body. I could snap his neck like a twig. Oh my god. No way. I squeeze harder. There's no hesitation. Maybe a little sympathy. I feel bad that as a fellow mage, Shinji was never taught the rules of being a mage, and so didn't have any problem killing innocents. I loosen my grip around his throat. There's no response from Ryder, but hearing Shinji's saber takes a step back from Ryder. Ryder lowers her dagger. I see her mouth move. You know, there was so much red in the background that now the text still looks a little pink. It'll clear up eventually. My eyes will adjust. Wow. Oh my god. Shirou. Oh my god. You are stepping up and I respect it. He thought he could be a mage. But what's the point of becoming one? Wow. Wow. Shinji tilts his head in genuine wonderment. This isn't an act. Shinji really doesn't know what I'm talking about. I hear Saber shout. Maybe it's all the training at the dojo, but my body reacts to Saber's words before my brain processes them. I let go of Shinji and jump back. At the moment, Ryder's dagger swings through the spot I'd been standing in at Heartbeat before.
ライダー。
下がりなさい、マスター。この場から離脱します。
シロ、下がって。ライダーは結界維持に使っていた魔力を全て解放するつもりです。
魔力を解放する？
I look towards Ryder. She does seem odd. The way she just appeared here, when she had been confronting Saber a second ago, the cold air emanating from her. Everything about her is suddenly far more intimidating than she has ever been.
ライダー、何考えてんだお前。エミヤのサーバントにさえ勝てないくせに勝手なことしてんじゃない。
はい。確かに私ではセイバーに及びません。ですがご安心を。我が宝具は他のサーバントを凌駕しています。たとえ相手が何者であろうと、我が失踪を妨げることはできない。
Ryder raises her dagger. Everyone gasps in surprise. For some reason, Ryder presses her dagger to her neck and... Okay. Slashes her own throat. Red sprays everywhere. Blood gushes from the black-clad Ryder's pale neck.
何を？
Shinji is just as surprised as the rest of us. No matter how extraordinary servants may be, a slashed throat is fatal. Ryder will bleed out and disappear on her own. Or is that really the case? She is kind of freaky. Yeah, I don't think that sort of stuff happens after you slash her throat. Not that I have any personal experience. The splattered blood stops midair and slowly forms into a circle. A magic circle drawn in blood. It's a pattern I've never seen before. The design resembles a creature, an ominous creature. Ryder's created a giant lump of magical energy. The bounded field from earlier seems like child's play compared to this magic circle. This must be a truly massive amount of magical energy. I'm being pushed back as if by a strong wind.
シロ、離れて。ライダーは宝具を使う気です。そこにいては巻き込まれる。
Saber grabs me and jerks me back. She faces down Ryder in her magic circle as she protects me.
逃げるつもりか、ライダー。自身のマスターをも巻き込むというのなら、ここで引導を渡すだけだ。そのような宝具を使わせはしない。
まさかマスターを守るのがサーバントの役割でしょう。私はマスターを連れて逃げるだけよ。それが気に食わないのなら追ってきなさい、セイバー。もっともこれを見た後でもあなたに戦う気迫が残っていればの話ですが。
Oh, I don't know. If I saw some like floating blood that was drawing a picture in front of me, I'd probably dip out. It isn't worth the trouble anymore. A throbbing sound pulses through the school. With the sound of rending flesh, Ryder's hair whirls around her. Oh, that's an eyeball. And that's a lot of noise.
シロ、かがんで。
Saber tugs my hand and drags me to the ground. There's a roar and then a flash. I close my eyes against the raging wind. But even with my eyes closed, I still feel its intensity. Something white streaks by. A huge bolt of light shoots down the hallway at tremendous speed. They're gone, aren't they? They dipped the fuck out. Oh my god. Wow. I think she took some of the walls and the ceiling with her, maybe a bit of the floor there. All I see before me is dreadful destruction. Shinji and Ryder are gone. The bolt of light wasn't after us. It was probably a means of escape. I mean, that's kind of what she even said. My wounds hurt. I feel a hammering in my head again. The heat flowing through my body quickly fades.
シロ。
I don't hear Saber's question. My vision goes blank white. Well, I think we survived all of that. Damn, Shirou, you really gotta stop remembering this moment. Like, I get that it has huge importance in your life, but this is unhealthy. So we used a command spell. I don't know if there really was a way of getting around that, honestly. That was the only way that Saber was going to come to us. And I think that worked out pretty well. The thing is that now we're down to 2. We're down to 2 command spells, which could be pretty detrimental in the long run, especially with the fact that Rin only has 1 remaining. I'm having that dream. Maybe this is what death looks like to me. The closer I get to death, the more I keep seeing these images that I just don't want to see. I see motionless bodies crumbling and disappearing. That moment when everyone desperately sought help, but none came. That was painful. It was so terrible it hurt even to live. And I thought maybe just disappearing would put me out of my misery. Dazed, I reached my hand out, but not because I wanted help. I just thought the sky was so far away. That was my final thought, I think. And then I lost consciousness, and my outstretched hand fell to the ground. Or rather, it should have. A large hand grasps the smaller one as it falls. He rushed into the fire to save somebody, and found me. I remember that face. I remember the tears pooling in his eyes, how overjoyed he was to have found a living human being. He looked so happy. It seemed almost like he was the one being saved, not me. And then, he actually looked envious of me, who was on the brink of death. He even looked grateful for something as he rescued the strange child. It was a turning point in my life. The weakness I showed in accepting death became a strength, a desire to live. My mind, which had practically gone blank, was filled with the joy of being saved in that moment. I tried moving my fingers with what strength I had left, so as not to let go of the man's hand, and then I finally passed out. The next thing I knew, I was in the hospital, and the man who saved me had come to visit. That was 10 years ago. From then on, all I ever did was follow in Kiritsugu's footsteps. The only thing I could think of was being like him. It's not because he saved me. I couldn't shake off the image of his face back then, and I tried to become the same thing. I've been striving for that ever since. Somewhere in the back of my mind, I dreamed I wouldn't notice. That's right. That I would one day... I held to the hope. The dream that one day I too would be saved if I could smile like Kiritsugu did back then. Damn. I don't know if it was known quite yet that it was Kiritsugu that saved him. Not only, by adopting him, but like he was the one who went out there and literally brought him to safety. So, I don't know. But let's check out that new weapon data. The unnamed dagger. That was some wicked shit. The large nail-like weapons that Ryder uses. Its source is unknown, but it is thought to represent her inner nature. Well, I would believe so, 100%. And we don't have any new information on her, it seems, but yeah, Noble Phantasm A+, 100%. No information on it, but yeah. No, she's fast. She is fast. That agility stat should be a lot higher. She is quick as fuck. When I open my eyes, I'm in the living room. The ticking of the clock is awfully loud. It looks like I've been sleeping on the floor, and when I raise my arms, I notice the bandages wrapped tightly around both of them. I sit up. According to the clock, it's 10 at night.
外暗いなじゃないわよこの恩知らず。目が覚めたらまず言うべきことがあるんじゃない？
Good morning.
なんだ、いたのか。
What do you want us to
いたの
say?
かじゃないわよ。あんたの真横でずっと看病してやってたのに、ずいぶんな態度じゃない。
I didn't know that. That's ungrateful of me.
すまない。どうも頭が固まってる。うまく物事を考えられないんだが、とにかくありがとう、登坂。またお前の世話になっちまった。
I
まあ
God
別
damn
に
it,
大
she's
し
so
たこと
great,
じゃないから
guys.
いいけど、シロもあれだけの怪我だったんだから意識が朦朧としてるのも当然だしさ。で、痛いところはないの？とりあえず外傷は塞がってるけど中身まではわからないから、異常があるんなら手当てしないとまずいでしょ。
いや、だるいだけで痛むところはない。ただ、なんだか。
I feel like I'm floating. I don't know how I ended up here. I don't remember what I did to... Yeah, coming back to you slowly.
父さん、学校は俺はあの後どうなったんだ？
大丈夫。みんなのことは安心なさい。学校にはキレイがフォローに行ったから。廊下の補修とか事後処理はあいつがするから考えなくていいわ。あれでも新職なんだし、これぐらいさせなきゃ罰が当たるでしょ。
Wait, so he's a priest and he can fix up walls and floors?
あいつが？それじゃ学校の方は。
I'm pretty sure even the electrical system may have gotten fucked, like all the wires in the wall and all that. It's hard to say how much damage was done.
大事にはなってないわ。
Wait,
病院に
we
運び
now
込
have
ま
new
れた生
servant
徒が多い
data.
けど、命に別状はないみたい。みんな栄養失調ってことで 2,3 日病院で休む程度だって。
Well, that's a good thing. So, has Ryder's shit updated? Noble Phantasm? Yes. Here we go. The Other Seal Blood Temple. A bounded field of blood. It dissolves humans that get trapped inside. The dissolved humans become red blood, absorbed by the bounded field's user. Its original use is to absorb magical energy. Okay, well, max targets 500 people. God damn. But alright. Blood for Andromeda. I don't really know what that can tell us about who Ryder is, but god damn, that is some insane shit. That is truly some Venus flytrap shit. And I think that's all. It doesn't seem like there's anything else to really to read up on there. What a scary ass woman. Okay, and some people in my Discord, and I think maybe even in the comments, were saying how hot she was and all that. What the fuck, guys? Like, what? Honestly, scary women are hot? Are they? I think a few of you need some help. That's all I'm saying. I'm not judging. I'm just highly concerned. That's all. Well, that's a relief. Dissolving the bounded field took longer than expected, but I wasn't too late. I guess we saved the day. The instant I relax, every last bit of strength floods out of me. I breathe out deeply, and I lean back against the wall.
じゃあ俺の体の方も琴峰が治してくれたのか。いくら遠坂でもあれだけの傷は治せないだろう。
何言ってるのよ。それはあんたが勝手に治したの。
Nice.
バーサーカーの時と一緒。とりあえず傷を塞ぐだけなら超がつくほどの回復力だけど、あなたの方には覚えはないのよね。
あるわけないだろう。俺だってわけがわからないんだ。セイバーと契約するまでは普通の体だったよ。
Define normal. And who's to say that he actually was ever quote-unquote normal? You know, he was able to survive such a crazy event. He's the sole survivor of a situation where everybody else died. That should raise some questions right off the bat.
もしかして自分が知らないだけで祖先がトカゲだったとかない？
あのな、真剣な顔でそういう怖い冗談は言わないでくれ。俺だって気持ち悪いんだぞ。自分の体が自分の知らないものになってるようなものなんだから。
Shirou is actually the lizard from
いいん
Spider-Man.
じゃない？何はどうあれ、それで何度も命を流れてるんだから。もう2回も助けられたことだし、トカゲになるぐらいは妥協できる交換条件だと思うけど。
I kind of hope that's an ability he has just deep down.
重病人をいじめて楽しいのか？
さっきまで重病人だった人でしょ。ま、ともかくセーバーに感謝しなさいよね。理屈はわからないけど、シローの体がそうなったのはセーバーのおかげなんだし。
My brain finally starts working. There's something I need to do. I needed her. I called her. So she came and she saved me. I need to tell her something right away. I stand up too quickly. Pain shoots through my body as I move, but I can't let that stop me.
父さんがセイバーは
道場にいるわ。私は部屋に荷物取りに行ってくるわね。
Why is she in the dojo? Tosaka heads over to the outbuilding. My joints creak with pain. I grit my teeth and try to endure it as I head toward the dojo. Damn. I do have to say, guys, Rin is pretty cool. Despite her flaws, which every character definitely has quite the abundance of, she is so fun. Honestly, the dynamic between her and Shirou is just perfect. I reach the dojo. Saber is sitting in Saiza style, as if she's meditating.
シロ、目が覚めたのですか?
Saber notices me coming in and hurries to her feet, and then rushes over to me.
すまない。今気がついたんだ。それでセイバー。
すまないではありません。あなたには言いたいことが山ほどある。私を置いて敵の誘いに乗ったこと、一人で戦おうとしたこと、自身の体を気遣おうともしなかったこと。
Yeah, it would have been lit as fuck if we actually went there with Saber.
分かっているのですか? そのどれもが死に直結する愚行です。いや、実際あなたは死にかけていた。こうして私を追い詰めて何が楽しいのです。
いや、その。
No, you are at fault here, Shirou.
何ですか? 生半可な弁明では引き下がりません。今日という今日は、とことんあなたの考えを聞かせていただきますから。
Saber comes at me with all the rage and force of a hurricane. She's so intense. God damn, she's so intense. I'm not sure how to explain it, but I'm kind of enjoying Saber being so emotional.
分かってる。ちゃんと話す。だから話をしよう、セイバー。体の方はこの通り大丈夫だからさ。
シロ、持ち直したのですか?
Like mentally, or?
ああ、そうみたいだ。とりあえず生き延びてる。
そうですか。それはよかった。
Where did that angry look from a few seconds ago go? Saber heaves a relieved sigh and smiles softly as if celebrating my recovery. It helps me understand that even Saber, stoic as she always is acting like this because of how much I worried her. I wasn't relying on Saber, but she still accepted me as someone to fight alongside. How stupid of me. I hadn't realized the extent to which she trusted me, and I couldn't extend the most basic trust of just letting her fight.
Saber.
I speak up more comfortably now. I'm finally able to look her in the eye, and it feels natural.
はい。何ですか、シロ。
すまない。俺がバカだった。
Yes, you were. I bow my head.
シロ、やめてください。先ほどのは言葉のあやです。怒っていたのは確かですが、あなたに謝ってもらう必要は。
ある。パートナーとしてセイバーに謝るのは当然だ。心配させてすまなかった。セイバーといる限り、俺は二度と一人では戦わない。
シロ、それは。
ああ、セイバー。
Hell
お前の
yes.
力を貸してくれ。
Fucking finally, man.
俺一人じゃ他のマスターには勝てない。俺にはお前の助けが必要だ。
それでは今までの行動が間違いだったと認めるのですね。シロはマスターとして後方支援に徹し、戦うのは私の役割だと。
Well, I still don't want to see Saber hurt. Well, here's the thing. What I saw in that battle was actually the opposite of what I saw between Rin and Lancer going, or Rin and Archer going against Lancer, excuse me. But she didn't really have a role to play in that. Since this was Master and Servant versus Master and Servant, they actually were in their own individual fights. Instead of Shirou just hanging back and watching as Saber fought Ryder, he actually went after, like, he went on by, Saber protected him, and went after Shinji. And by doing so, the battle ended a whole lot quicker, you know? Saber wasn't put in imminent danger. I mean, Shirou definitely was, but he was able to prevent a lot more from going wrong there. And that was by participating in the battle. They teamed up. They were partners. They participated in the fight together. Well, I still don't want to see Saber hurt. That's why I forbid her from fighting. And that's where I was wrong. Ever since I decided to fight with her, I should have just put everything I had into helping her.
いや、俺は自分が間違っていたとは思わない。セイバーが俺を守るなら、俺もセイバーを守る。
There you go. There
セ
you
イバー
go.
だけを戦わせるなん
Yes.
てことは
Yes.
ない。
Thank you. Saber doesn't answer. The mood in the dojo turns frosty. I just can't let this go. I lift my head thinking I'll just have to beg until she accepts my determination. But then...
その堅くなさは実にあなたらしい。
その、セイバ
まったく。今さら答えるまでもないでしょう。私はあなたの剣です。私以外の誰があなたの力になるのですか、シロ。
Saber extends her left hand. I can't think of anything sensible to say, so I shake her hand. Our handshake forms something almost tangible. It's been a few days since we first met, but it feels like we finally formed a real contract. And why are you here? This was such a good moment. This was such an awesome moment. Hey, why would she show up now of all times? Saber and I quickly let go of each other's hands.
なんか怪しいわね。まさか私に内緒で作戦会議をしてたとか？いえ、そういうわけではないのです。そのマスターの体が健康かどうか脈を測っていただけですので。
I'm dumbfounded. Saber just told a bald-faced lie. But why would Saber panic about this too?
へえ、変わった脈の取り方をするのね。
Tosuka regards Saber curiously. What the fuck? What the fuck is this goofy-ass expression on Saber's face? Wow. In response, Saber starts acting even more suspiciously, probably because she's not used to lying. I need to help her or this will get even more awkward.
何の用だよ、トサカ。部屋まで荷物を取りに行くとか言ってなかったか、さっき。
それそれ。はい、セイバー、これ。ありがとう。リンには迷惑をかける。
Tosuka hands Saber a bag. Saber looks surprisingly happy as she takes the bag.
それが最後だから気をつけなさいよね。いくら強制召喚だからって力ずくで武装したら服なんて消し飛ぶんだから。
Okay, I get it now.
申し訳ありません。突然のことだったのでそこまで考えが回らなかったのです。まあね、単純なデザインだし制服みたいなものだし、綺麗なやつ、地味な服ばっかり私に押し付けるんだもの。まあ私には似合わない服だからいいけどさ。なんだってその服にこだわるのよ、セイバー。ええ、シローが似合うと言いましたから。
God damn, that's all you need. I'm not following all of this, but it seems that Saber's third set of clothes. I don't have any women's clothing around the house, so Saber's been borrowing clothes from Tosuka. But yeah, I'd really appreciate it if they had their girl talk when I'm not around. I am a guy. It had been such a nice conversation until now too, but I don't really know what to do with myself when they get to talking about stuff like this. It is weird whenever you're just kind of there, and then the conversation shifts, and you're still just kind of there. It doesn't have to be girl talk, it's just that, you know, it shifts in a way where you can't really contribute, where you're not interested, or whatever. So not much has happened afterward, alright? And both Tosuka and Saber forced me to go sleep in my room. I may have regained consciousness, but I'm still severely injured. Ryder sliced my arms up so bad that under normal circumstances, I'd had to worry about whether I'd be able to even use them again. Plus, I fell 3 stories, so I'm all broken and bruised. And there's plenty I should be thinking about, but the two have agreed that the best thing for me to do right now is sleep so I can heal. Yeah, even I agree on that one. But I let Shinji get away, and I'll need to settle things with him as quickly as possible. He didn't hesitate to activate the bounded field. Even I know how dangerous it'd be to let a master like that roam free. So what are we gonna do when we see him again? Things go blank, like a dizzy spell sweeping over me. The only thing that feels normal is my head. As soon as I lay down, my half-healed body just forces me off to sleep. Yeah, honestly, you do need the rest, brother. I don't have time to rest like this. Even if my body isn't fully healed, I need to fight Shinji, or I need to find Shinji. I guess fight is another good word to use there, maybe. What an eventful day. See, this is what happens when we don't come across Ilya. We just get into some wacky nonsense. We get into trouble. February 9th. Oh shit, I just realized Valentine's Day is coming up. What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? Guys, what are we gonna do? I'm having a bad dream. When do you not? My body, injured as it is, demands long, deep sleep. But my mind is still stuck replaying all that happened today and won't let me rest peacefully. My body, still not fully healed, is burning. My mind is plagued with guilt. I think I'm crying out in my sleep. As I sleep, my dream drags on. How many victims were there? Tosaka said that there were no deaths, but that might just be the official story. No way does someone come out unscathed after having their life force ripped from them. Nah, it happened to me one time. I'm all good, see? They could suffer any number of long-term physical problems in years to come, or even brain damage from lack of oxygen. Some students even had severe skin damage. Even if they heal, they'll likely have scars for the rest of their lives. My body hurts. I nearly died today. No, I did die today. A convulsion rocks my whole body. Bad luck for everyone who got sucked into this today. But you did well, Shirou. You stopped a catastrophe. And you did it by taking a wound that would normally kill you. There's nothing to feel guilty about. The pain tries to tell me to just go to sleep. No, I can't make excuses for myself. It doesn't matter. There was a disaster and I just happened to be there, but I couldn't do anything. They're saying I saved lives, but I didn't save anyone, not one person. If only this had just been a mistake. If only it hadn't happened, then my mind would be at peace and I could sleep. I'm pissed off. It's absurd, my heart complaining like this when my body's already so weak. There won't be a miracle like that again. Just wishing for a do-over because things didn't go well, or were so terrible they should have never have happened, is pathetic. You can't take back what's already done. It's not possible, and shouldn't be attempted anyway. So I can't just pretend all that didn't happen. There's only one thing I can do. Make sure I do everything I possibly can to prevent anything like that from ever happening again. That's enough sleep. I can worry about my body later. If I can move, I should wake up and hit the ground running. If my goal is to make sure no one is hurt, I'll need to push myself to the verge of death. Or, you know, take it easy for a fucking day. I open my eyes. I take one deep breath, filling my lungs with air. The frigid winter air dispels my drowsiness almost instantly. I realize it's just past 6 in the morning. Habits really are extraordinary things, they are. My body must have at least partly recovered, since I'm waking up at my usual time.
Yes.
I stand up and fold up my futon blanket. The instant I undertake even such a mundane task, intense pain strikes through my left shoulder. Yep. Looks like we're gonna be right-handed today. That's only pain though. This is far better than what I felt when Berserker tore out my stomach the other day. When that happened, my insides felt like they were slush, and the nausea was far more intense than the pain. Good times, good times. I head out to the hallway. The sunlight is muted by the gloom outside. It's cloudy. Looks like it's gonna rain.
シロ、目が覚めたのですか?
Well, we're awake, aren't we?
ああ、今目が覚めた。そういうセイバーこそ今朝は早いんだな。
Yeah, Saber's not typically up so long before breakfast.
シロ、私とて好きで眠っているわけではありません。私が朝食まで眠っているのは単に魔力を温存するためだと言ったはずです。いかにも普段から寝過ごしているという物言いはやめてほしい。
なんでさ、別にそんなつもりで言ってないぞ。俺単にこんな早起きしていいのかって思っただけだ。
ほう、そうですか。私が早起きするのはおかしいと。
Well, yeah, a little bit. Saber sounds crabby. Maybe it's my imagination. Saber doesn't seem quite as reserved as usual.
いや、おかしいとかじゃなくて、
She's opening
いいの
up.
かなって。
There we go.
セイバーが頻繁に眠らなくちゃいけないのは俺のせいだ。だから今朝もできる限り眠っていないといけないんじゃないのか。
当然です。ですが、それはあくまで待機状態に過ぎません。私が眠っていたのは緊急時に備えてのもの。
Well,
今
you
の
do
状態
you,
で
I
眠る
guess.
のは道理にかなわないではないですか。
道理にかなわないってなんで？別に今は誰とも戦ってないし、襲われてもいないぞ。
いえ、ですからそれは。
Go on. Saber's stumbling over her words. It seems like there's something she doesn't want to say.
まあいいけど、今は緊急ってわけじゃないんだし、出かけるまで眠っていた方がいい。朝飯ができたら呼びに行くから、それまで力を温存しといてくれ。今日一日、セイバーの力を借りることになるんだから。
I head to the kitchen.
待ってください、シロ。
なんだよ、セイバー。他に何か。
あなたは今何をすると言いましたか？
Make breakfast? I hold my breath, barely realizing I'm doing it. She's asked me something, but her eyes are preventing me from giving an answer.
そもそもあなたは安静にしなければいけない体でしょう。朝食の支度など凛がします。シローが優先すべきことは部屋で休み、体を癒すことです。それが分かっていないとは言わせません。
セイバー。
Yeah, honestly, wow. Saber's being so stern because she's genuinely concerned about me.
部屋に戻ってください、シロ。眠りが必要なのは私ではなくあなたの方です。
Saber sees right through me and glares at me all the more intensely. But still, I can't let Shinji let loose.
いや、部屋には戻らない。もう十分休んだし、やらなくちゃいけないことがあるだろう。準備ができたら街に出よう、セイバ
ー。なぜですか？今日中にライダーのマスターを捕らえる理由などありません。戦うのならシローの傷が癒えてからにするべきです。
That's pretty
それ
interesting.
からでも遅くはないでしょう。
The opinions of what should be done are flipped from the other night with the Ryoto Temple.
それは違う、セイバー。順番で言うなら俺の体なんて後回しだ。そんな暇はないんだ。シンジのやつが何をするかはお前だってわかるだろう。またあんな結界を張られる前にあいつからライダーを切り離す。
昨日のような犠牲者を出したくないというのですか？ライダーのマスターを倒すのではなく。
そんなことはない。シンジには責任を取らせる。そのためにはライダーを倒さなくちゃいけないだけだ。それに犠牲者を出さないために行動するなんていうのは当たり前だろ。
そうですか。マスターがそう言うのなら私は従うだけですが。
Alright.
シンジを探す？別に文句はないけど、ちゃんと勝ち目があって言ってるんでしょうね、シロ。
Well, the thing is, from what I saw in the fight, he was definitely a bit of a coward, to put it lightly. But still blunt enough to get the point across. He definitely didn't really show much of anything. And maybe that's because he doesn't have any abilities whatsoever himself. It's exactly as he said. He seems to be quite the liar, but he didn't lie about that. So he has nothing. He does not have the crest. So, yeah, he's just a regular person. And if he's not much of a fighter, if he's all talk, no show, there we go. Just fight, have Saber fight Ryder, and then we just need to throw some punches or maybe use a knife or other deadly weapon on Shinji, and the fight is done, right? Something along those lines, but of course it can't be that simple. Anyways, we'll call it there. I think this is an all right spot. Already 10 days in to this lovely story, guys. We have just been on it. It's been so much fun, honestly. And I really wanted to see how that fight was going to go down, because I did kind of end the previous episode right in the thick of it, and I didn't mean to, but I was out of time. So I think this one worked out in getting everything in there. That was quite the encounter. So I hope you all enjoyed this episode. I know I did. Make sure you leave a like if you enjoyed. I probably will like my own video. This was just a good fucking episode, honestly. Be sure to subscribe for more. I unfortunately can't subscribe to myself, but don't worry, there will be more. So be sure you guys are ready for the next episode. I'll see you guys in it. Take it easy.